Let's be real. Figuring out what to put in the skills section of your resume can be confusing. Do you list everything you know, just the big stuff? Are soft skills even worth mentioning? The thing is, this tiny section can have a big impact on your job search. Done right, it shows that you're the best fit in a matter of seconds. Done wrong might be the reason why you're being ghosted. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what to include, what to skip, and how to write a skills section for your resume that actually lands interviews. Many job seekers make the mistake of either overstuffing their skills section or simply not including the right ones. This is an important section on your resume because both ATS and recruiters are skimming your resume looking for specific keywords, and this section can really showcase the ones that they're looking for and move you forward in the hiring process. But quality really matters over quantity. So when you first apply online, your resume is going to go through that company's ATS, or applicant tracking system. And this ATS is organizing all of the applicants into a database of candidates. These candidates can then be narrowed down by keywords or criteria in search, sort, and filter settings. So making sure that your resume has the right skills, commonly those search terms, is going to be incredibly important. Screening software aside, recruiters are also skimming your resume, giving it no more than 6 seconds of their time to decide if you are the right fit for the job. And one of the things they're looking for are specific keywords, knowledge, skills, and abilities that will make you the best fit for the role. And this skills section can make it so much easier for them to find during that quick skim. So let's dive right into what to include in your resume skills section. Hard skills need to be featured first and foremost in that skills section. Hard skills are functional, job-related skills. These are teachable, measurable abilities. So the tools, systems, processes that you use on the job. And these are skills that are often learned through certifications, courses, or on-the-job experience. Some hard skills for a software engineer would be software development or automation scripting. For a project manager, some of these hard skills may be sprint planning or resource allocation. And for a graphic designer, these hard skills may be typography or responsive web design. Industry-specific keywords are also extremely important to integrate into your resume skills section. These will be phrases, terminology, jargon that are pulled specifically from the job postings. And they signal that you speak the language of that industry. While industry-specific keywords may include hard skills, they're also going to be domain knowledge. Let's use marketing as an example. Let's say you have experience emailing customers or tracking performance. You would want to use industry-specific keywords such as email campaign management or ROI tracking to better align your skills with what that ATS and those recruiters are looking for. Maybe you're looking to transfer from an administrative role into a financial role. And you have experience both in keeping track of money and creating spreadsheets. Use industry-specific keywords such as budget reconciliation and financial modeling to better align your skills and abilities with what this particular employer is looking for. Software and digital tools are also very important keywords to include in your resume skills section. An IT manager may need to show that they have a skill set using CompTIA Security Plus, just like a sales professional may need to show that they have a skill set utilizing Salesforce. If you're applying for really technical roles, such as a software developer or a digital marketing specialist, someone who is using a lot of hardware, software, specific technologies, you may want to create a separate technical skills or computer skills section at the end of your resume to make sure you're including all of the keywords that ATS or a recruiter may be looking for without overstuffing that primary areas of expertise or skills section. Now let's talk about soft skills. These are the transferable skills that you should be using more cautiously than hard skills or the industry-specific keywords we've already talked about. Yes, your resume needs to showcase your soft skills. However, listing them in a skills section is going to be far less effective than including examples throughout your experience section that back up those skills. For example, claiming that you are a strong communicator is going to have far less of an impact than an example in your experience section talking about how you presented monthly analytics to executives. Instead of calling yourself a great problem solver or adding problem solving to your skills section, give examples of how you created processes that improved efficiencies. Another example is adaptability. Yes, many job postings will say they're looking for someone who's adaptable, but you're going to have far less of an impact calling yourself adaptable than if you give examples like taking on a dual role during a hiring freeze while maintaining outputs in both areas. Now let's talk about what to skip. There are certain skills that are just obvious. You shouldn't include them unless they are specifically listed in the requirements or qualifications section on a job posting. A common one is Microsoft Word. Now, if you're applying for an administrative role and they're looking for someone who is familiar or an expert in using Microsoft Office, make sure to add that to your computer skills or skills section. Otherwise, just skip it. An employer also doesn't need to know that you have a skill set in internet browsing or sending email. You also want to make sure to cut the fluff, no buzzwords. A prime example is saying that you're hardworking. Everyone says it. Few can really back it up. And if you can back it up, you don't need to use the word hardworking in your resume. It's never going to be used by ATS or recruiters to narrow down applicants. Another common one I see as a resume writer is motivated self-starter. Instead, tell me about a time you took initiative to do something. Another one is team player. Unless you can point to a specific example where you made a measurable team impact, it's just fluff. And finally, outdated technologies. I most commonly see this with IT professionals or highly technical resumes. So make sure that you're not including outdated software versions. Just summarize what software you use. For example, don't be adding Windows XP to your resume when everyone is using Windows 10, 11, and higher. Another outdated technical skills is adding your typing speed. Again, if you are applying to a very entry-level administrative role and they want to know what your WPMs are, don't be listing them on your resume. Your resume skills section is one of the most straightforward sections on your resume, and yet this tends to be a conundrum for everyone. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is to keep it concise and tailor this section for every application. The hard skills, industry-specific terminology, and technical skills can vary from industry to industry, company to company, job to job. So make sure you're tailoring your resume skills section to include the keywords from the job posting before any application. The best introduction to a resume skills section is a strong resume summary, or what I like to call a branding statement. I cover what it is and how to create one in this video, so I recommend watching that next if you are knees deep in updating your resume and working hard to land more interviews. If any of these examples were confusing or you just want a little bit more clarification, drop a comment. I'm happy to give you some feedback.